If you're new to reading the Bible, Leviticus can feel confusing. It's full of laws, sacrifices, and detailed instructions that seem far removed from modern life. But at its core, Leviticus answers a very simple question. How can imperfect people have a relationship with a perfect God? Leviticus is the third book of the Bible. The Israelites had just escaped slavery in Egypt, and God was teaching them how to live as His people. Think of it like this: they were learning what it meant to belong to God. The main theme of Leviticus is holiness. Holiness simply means being set apart, living differently because you belong to God. It doesn't mean being perfect. It means learning to reflect God's character in everyday life. God wanted His people to understand two big things. One, He is holy, completely pure, just, and good. Two, sin or wrongdoing damages our relationship with Him. In Leviticus, you'll read about animal sacrifices. To modern readers, this can feel strange or uncomfortable. Here's the simple idea. Sin has consequences. In ancient times, sacrifices were a visible way of showing that wrongdoing is serious and that forgiveness is costly. The sacrifice symbolized something taking the penalty in place of the person. It was God's way of teaching the people that forgiveness requires atonement, which simply means making things right again. This is where Leviticus becomes incredibly important. The New Testament explains that all those sacrifices were temporary. They were like previews, pointing forward to something greater. Christians believe that Jesus became the final sacrifice. Instead of repeated animal offerings, Jesus gave His life once to deal with sin permanently. Jesus makes it possible to approach God freely. In Leviticus, only certain priests could enter God's presence. In the New Testament, through Jesus, anyone can come to God directly. Holiness becomes internal. Instead of just following rules, believers are transformed from the inside out through the Holy Spirit. In other words, Leviticus sets up the problem: human sin and separation from God. The New Testament presents Jesus as the solution. Leviticus teaches us that God cares about how we live. Actions have spiritual consequences. Forgiveness is powerful and meaningful. God desires relationship, not just religion. If you're new to the Bible, you can think of Leviticus as the foundation that helps you understand why Jesus' sacrifice matters so much. Without Leviticus, the cross doesn't fully make sense. With Leviticus, you see the depth of what Jesus came to do.